Courtney Johnston here from RuleBreakersClub.com with copywriting and sales advice for Rebels with a Cause. There is a super important thing that shockingly so many entrepreneurs are forgetting to put on their sales pages. And if you're not forgetting to do it altogether, I can guarantee you that it could be 10 times better. What is the thing you're forgetting to put on your sales page? You will literally be shocked to know that it is the description of your offer. So many people are taking all kinds of time to figure out how to find emotional language that's going to resonate with their clients and, what are the pain points and the frustrations and what are the features and benefits. But then when it comes to painting a picture of what the offer itself is, what people are getting when they pay you, it totally falls flat. In today's video, I want to talk about why that's happening and 4 ways that you can overcome this psychological phenomenon. So what is the reason that we're all forgetting to do this thing? Because it's really obvious, right, that you should be giving me an outline of your offer on your sales page. The thing is, there's this thing called the curse of knowledge. It's a real thing. It's on Wikipedia. And it is what is keeping you from being able to see that you're not doing this. So here is how Wikipedia, which is obviously a super reliable source, defines the curse of knowledge. The curse of knowledge is a cognitive bias that leads better informed parties to find it extremely difficult to think about problems from the perspective of lesser informed parties. In normal people terms, this means that once you know something, it's really difficult to remember what it was like not to know that thing. Once you figure out how to make your business work, even though you can remember pieces of it, it's really hard to remember exactly what you were thinking when you didn't know how to make it work. Obviously, this can make it very difficult to empathize with people who need what you know because they don't know it yet and you do, and you are suffering from the curse of knowledge. Here are 4 great ways that you can overcome the curse of knowledge in your business. Number 1. Make a drawing of the step-by-step process of everything that happens with your offering. So if this is a service, this means from the time that someone gets to your sales page, what is every little action that happens until they are done working with you and you've gotten feedback from them. This includes things like filling out your application, to communicating with your team, to things like, we have this call and then we schedule this call and then they get this welcome packet and then we send over this draft. You need to document all of these processes so that you can figure out which ones need to go on your sales page. Step number 2 is to highlight the steps of the process from your drawing in step 1 where the client comes in contact with you or with your offer. So that means anything where you have a call with the client or you deliver something to the client or the client receives something of some sort or has to take action, that's something that the client needs to know about in advance. So in a service, this can be things like filling out an application or hopping on a phone call or submitting some paperwork, whereas with a product, it could be that you email them 3 times a week with some extra tips and strategies, or that they join the Facebook group for your program. Step number 3 is to define the steps that the client actually needs to know about on the sales page. So my rule of thumb is that the client doesn't really need to know about things that happen behind the scenes. You don't have to tell them how you do your work or how you created your program. What they need to know are the things that they're involved in and the steps where they actually have to do something and maybe need to mark it on their calendar. This includes when they'll need to work on certain modules or when calls are going to happen in your program. Step number 4 is to outline in a way with words your process from start to finish so that people can read that process and understand exactly what's going to happen when they sign up to work with you or buy your product again. I know this can sound like tedious work, but it's extremely important because it's the way that you're communicating what you do to your clients and customers. And if you're concerned that people aren't seeing the value in what you do, it might be because you're forgetting to do a really good job outlining your products and services on your sales page. I hope you found this video super helpful. There's an action sheet below to help you to implement the strategies that I talked about in the video, and I will see you next week.